Hey there, broadcasters! I'm Catherine Malewski from Live365. In this video, we're going to be going over music licensing for internet radio stations, what it is, how to get it, and how to make the process a whole lot easier for you. So if you're unfamiliar with music licensing or even frightened by the term, don't worry. While it can be a very complex subject matter, at its very core, it's not as complicated as it may sound. Licensing is simply permission to use someone else's copyrighted music or audio on your radio station. In other words, if you want to play music online, you're gonna need proper permission and licensing to play your audience's favorite tunes. And it's not just music. You might also need permission and licensing to play other copyrighted audio. For example, if you run a sports radio station and you want to play a sound clip of commentary from a basketball game, you might need licensing to do so first. Licensing is crucial to ensuring that your radio station is legally allowed to broadcast copyrighted material. Think of it kind of like this. If you want to hold a public event at a park, you're going to need a permit to use the space. In radio, licensing is basically that permit, because without it, you could be breaking federal copyright law. And that's really not fun because under US copyright law, you could get fined anywhere between $750 to $30,000 per song and fined $150,000 for willful infringement. Yikes. But on a less terrifying note, music licensing is great because it ensures that artists and songwriters actually get paid for their work. When you're playing a song on your licensed station, you can rest easy knowing that you're supporting the musicians and content creators whose work you're using. So what kind of music licensing do you actually need? This is where it gets a little bit tricky, but stick with me here. For every song you play, there are actually two copyrights that you need to cover. First, there's the musical composition. That's the song itself, the notes, and the lyrics. These rights are managed by performance rights organizations, or PROs for short. In the United States, the main PROs are ASCAP, BMI, SESAC, and GMR. They monitor performances, collect royalties, and pay the songwriters and publishers. Second, there's the sound recording. That's the specific version of the song that you play, the master track by the artist. For internet radio, these rights are covered by a specific statutory license managed by one key organization, SoundExchange. SoundExchange collects royalties and pays the record labels as well as the recording artists. So, to be fully compliant, an internet radio broadcaster in the United States needs licenses to secure both the compositions of songs and the sound recording of songs. Unfortunately, you can't just have one without the other. One covers the songwriters, and the other covers the performers. Now, here's the real question that you've probably been wondering this whole time. How much is this gonna cost you? Well, let's break it down. First, if you go the do-it-yourself route, you need a license for sound recordings from SoundExchange. This is where your costs and complexity explode. It's crucial to mention that the minimum fees for sound recordings are set for multi-year periods, and these fees are often scheduled to increase year over year during that time. As of 2025, the minimum fee starts at $1,000 per station, per calendar year, paid up front. And if you launch late in the year, you pay that $1,000 and then you pay another $1,000 by the end of January of the new year. And that's just the minimum. For even a relatively small station, your true bill, based on the per performance rate, can easily exceed $3,000 per year just for SoundExchange. Now, you're not done. You also need to license the compositions, the notes and the lyrics of the songs that you're going to play. That means securing at least 4 separate licenses from the US performing rights organizations, ASCAP, BMI, SESAC, and GMR. Each of these 4 licenses can cost hundreds of dollars annually, compounding your expense and administrative nightmare. And it's important to note, licensing regulations are different per country. So if you want to stream into any other countries, you'll have to pay for that licensing as well. It's just the beginning. We haven't even begun to explain the administrative nightmares that come with music licensing. There's monthly reporting of every song you play and having to submit logs to multiple organizations and even complying with the very complex DMCA rules all on your own. It's not fun. So if you are like me and starting to get a massive headache right now from all of this, don't worry, just take a deep breath. Stick with me, it's all gonna be okay. I have something to tell you. There is a cheaper and way less confusing alternative to individually purchasing different licenses for your radio station. Since 1999, Live365 has helped thousands of broadcasters legally stream music all across the world without the paperwork or any of the confusion. Not only can you create your very own radio station with Live365, but music licensing for streams within the US, the UK, Canada, and Mexico are included with each of our packages. So you can obtain all those fancy licenses that we just mentioned and more just by signing up with us, and for a fraction of the annual cost. And you can skip all of those time-consuming licensing administrative tasks and focus solely on building and growing your radio station. Not to mention, Live365 handles so many other facets of internet radio broadcasting with management tools, distribution, and even monetization. We give you peace of mind so you can focus on growing your audience, not unwanted copyright lawsuits. So please go ahead and check out Live365 as a music licensing option, especially if you're just starting out in radio. Hopefully this helped demystify the wondrous world of music licensing and showed you that getting started doesn't have to be so intimidating. If you found this video helpful, please remember to like, subscribe, and check out live365.com to launch your very own licensed station today. And that's it for today. I'm Catherine Maluski, and from all of us here at Live365, happy broadcasting. Bye!